Everybody, welcome to My Opening Movies. This week we are revisiting an actually kind of hard to find classic in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 1995, and we'll get into it, but I don't know what generation you are listening to me, but since then there's been 30 versions of Power Rangers and several movies, but this is the first movie after the 60-episode first season, or whatever it was. I actually got recently to riff it on Cineprov, and it was a delight, so hopefully you'll enjoy the episode. We did as well. Thanks for doing all you do to keep us relevant, and thanks. Bye.
I almost said welcome to Cineprov. Welcome to Myopia Movies. So this is obviously the beginning of a season. And the last few seasons, we've kind of revisited episodes. So far, we've done The Sandlot because, well, it's summer in August. And yeah. This, of course, Power Rangers was one of our first 20 episodes. I forget what number it was.
You can find in the deepest, darkest places of the internet, maybe.
Yeah, Matt keeps plugging people who don't give us download credit.
They don't?
No. If they can't access us through our main feed, that means someone is giving it away without our consent.
Well, I never said who it was.
Don't listen to him. Ignore the man behind the curtain. But yeah, this was sometime in our first season. I'm trying to find it right now. And after that, we're doing Hook and Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Previous episode. But yeah, so this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 1995. Let me paint a picture for you. Tamagotchis were everywhere. Bill Clinton was the president. We were paying off the national debt. A guy from Cobb County named Newt Gingrich, named after a salamander, was the Speaker of the House. And the McRib was back.
Life is good in the 90s.
Life was something in the 90s.
Right.
For some reason, people thought trumpets deserved to be on the radio.
Yeah.
And that's the impression that I
Trumpets? Trumpets? Like La Bamba?
Like in The Mask?
We're talking Boss Tones, the mighty variety.
The mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah.
The Cherry Poppin' Daddies, which still might be the most upsetting name of a band that was ever on the radio.
Yeah.
I was wondering how they got away with that.
I will say this, like if you were to paint a picture or gave me like what made the 90s, Power Rangers would be one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Power Rangers,
And this movie, I guess, exuded everything 90s to the color, to the wardrobe, to just the pop culture.
Bill
references.
Clinton isn't in it.
Yeah, he's not in it. He's not in it.
Well, and I will
My
also
fellow Americans, there's a bunch of
He wasn't
robots
one
and
of those bird
aliens in
things?
California again.
He wasn't one of the purple henchmen guys?
Well, yeah, but he was carrying off Kimberly. I guess he was.
Yeah.
Hey,
Kimberly, I got you my talons now. Okay, here we go.
No. Where were I mean, obviously, you guys have a couple more years on me, but as far as just like Power Ranger Mania, like what was that kind of like the thing that you scoffed at?
I scoffed at it and had privately at least watched some episodes.
I think I'm pretty much there.
It was a guilty pleasure song. The show.
So I was looking this up. It came out. The first show came out in '93. At some point in '93.
Right.
So I'm either 8 or 9. I think I was probably like 8 when it came out. And I mean, by that time, I was like, I kind of considered I'm a sports guy. I was starting to get into some music. Like I'd already liked, Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was like a few years ago. So I think I was like, I'm too old for this Power Rangers stuff. That's for like the 4, 5, 6-year-olds. Get out of here.
So I'm with you.
But I watched some.
So I will just go out on a limb here and say the 90s was the best era for kids television.
Absolutely.
And I know today you have kids TV, but it's very different because it's very isolated. Parents don't have to interact with it. We did, and so it was very carefully negotiated. It was Saturday morning cartoons,
right?
And then it was after school. And when I say after school, I mean from like 3 until 6:30. And we were the first ones to have kids television stations.
Right.
None of us were Disney Channel kids, I get the feeling.
No.
But Nickelodeon, MTV, and then the main stations, ABC, NBC, CBS, had kids programming. And
all hail Fox.
Yep. And a relatively new station, which only got national broadcasting in the 80s, Fox Television, had a bunch of animation.
Right.
And this was on our local WB affiliate here in Atlanta. Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And Fox, which kind of semi-owned WB, also had the Incredible X-Men show.
97.
No, which to me felt very much, this and X-Men felt very much opposite the Nickelodeon and the Cartoon Network afternoon programming, because the Nicktoons were incredible, but a lot of times Cartoon Network in the afternoon started having things like Dragon Ball Z, which went on for years and years and years for a single fight scene.
Yep. Yep.
Which, Matt's right though. Like I was, there were some PBS shows I liked too. They had
every day when you're walking down the street.
Well, and Where in the World is Carmen San Diego, which was a game show for kids.
Barney and Friends, which was more so to the toddlers, but Teletubbies. These were all coming. Children's programming was
Roly Poly.
Small and short and round.
Dude, you might be the only other person we've ever had on the show who knew a Roly Poly.
I don't know that one.
It was my era. Like this, for me, it was targeted towards me. Like I had to I took Taekwondo because of Power Rangers. Sure. I was one of those kids that went to like Toys R Us and stuff. You know what I mean? It was just this was a phenomenon. And like I still have a box in my house that I had to take from my mother's attic that has all these Power Ranger toys that I'm just sitting on, and just one day I'll kind of flip it.
Was it you, me, and Candace who ripped this out at AtlantaCon?
Yeah, we did. And I actually met a couple, actually Aisha, the Yellow Ranger in this movie, I actually met her.
Oh, no kidding.
I told her like, hey, I have a little crush. I used to have a crush on you. Like, they're calling her old or whatever. But yeah, no, this movie, I actually have the VHS. I don't have the VHS. Yeah. I have the box with all 6 of them and the ooze. But I lost the tape. I probably wore the tape out because of many times I watched this movie.
Whoa.
You know, like there were more than one Christmas when that's all the toys we wanted. You know, I have 2 younger siblings, and the gloves that when you put them together it goes, oh, Power Rangers. They're like the smallest, cheapest speakers. Yeah. You had the action figures that had the extra wide torsos.
The Zords, man.
And the heads would flip around from normal. Yeah. And then you had the Zords that all clicked together.
And the bed sheets and stuff.
Dude,
like it was just
so much swag.
That first season, I was so invested, where they had an evil Green Ranger and then they converted him to good. Then they sucked away his power with that candle, and then he returned as the White Ranger because he had white power.
Ranger.
And then
white power.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when that was new. The Green Ranger was scary.
Dude, it was cool. He had a flute. God, scary sword flute.
So can I say he just whooped up on everybody? He was Rhea's killer.
Yeah, dude, it was great.
Can I nerd out for a second? Yes. As far as just like so,
because the rest of this conversation has been so unnerdy.
I mean, well, in a sense where like I tend not to try to fixate too much. Previous episode, Batman '89. I'm way into that lore, but I will say this for those who don't know how Power Rangers came about.
Please do.
It was
and I will just say, because Nora and I were talking, and I don't know where the edit's going to be, but we referenced documentaries. There's a Netflix show called The Toys That Made Us. There's one on Power Rangers, and what was the one that you said?
There was some dark side.
The dark side. There's a series of documentaries called The Dark Side of, and there's one on the Power Rangers
itself. Yep. So essentially, Power Rangers was derived from a Japanese show called Super Sentai. Into which, when it first came over into the Americas, the 90s, it was about 3 or 4 or 5 seasons deep. So they just kind of picked up. So a lot of the original footage that we saw in the 90s were actually repurposed footage from the actual shows. And the only thing that they had to do with the teenagers, the original 5, was essentially do like the B-roll footage, for them just like fighting this or that. But the big, Godzilla-like fights that you would see or just in certain fight scenes where it'd be a lot of like acrobatics, a lot of sparks because they don't show blood. That was all from the Japanese series that they retape. So that switch between the Green Ranger and the White Ranger was very interesting because essentially the Green Ranger was supposed to be part of the original series, and he was a huge fan favorite. But unfortunately, the American stories didn't really have that character with that suit enough for him to be part of the story, because even though they got the footage and stuff from the Japanese series, the stories were all different, very vested. It wasn't teenagers with attitudes and things like that. So the White Ranger actually came from another series because they got all this shit shipped from Japan or whatever.
Yeah.
And to make things a lot cheaper for them. And so the White Ranger was essentially part of a different series with different suits and things like that. But Heinz Saban.
Yeah. An Israeli businessman who'd been involved with like music
Right.
and production.
It's
in
very much
various
the story
ways.
of like Canon or something where it's like,
Right.
which is Golem and Globus to Israeli. Like, it's just, let's make money by tying together whatever we can and like buying up a show with Japan and then just redoing all the human elements, essentially like Beverly Hills 90210.
Did you say canon?
Like the
like
film studio.
Let's do a whole thing involving giant robots and teenagers. Yes, let's do that.
I think that was more so the Japanese people, but I've really.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But this kind of segues into the actual movie. So they had the first season, and because of Heinz Saban, he was making a killing off merchandise.
Oh yeah,
it was all this.
Shout out to Bandai, which is the name that
Right.
Hasbro bought it like 7 or 8 years ago. But Bandai, man, that was a name I would see everywhere during commercials for kids shows. Bandai, they're selling everything Power Rangers.
Well, same thing with George Lucas. Like the show was all right and stuff. It came on these certain blocks, advertising. Because it originally aired what's known as Fox Kids during that time where you're talking about the so everything was the merchandising. So they always wanted to do like these movies, but right before the movie, there was essentially a dispute between 3 of the actors of the original cast. So Austin John Jones, which is the
Austin St. John.
St. John's. Walter St. John's, and I think all. But originally they were the actors that played the Red Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Black Ranger, respectively. And so essentially they'd be working all these long hours, and not getting the pay they deserved, like legit, like child actor abuses, And so right before the movie, they were all going to like band up and be like, "Hey guys, let's not get as the 6 of them, like, we're not going to accept anything." And essentially, shit happened to where they essentially fired or let go the 3 actors and replaced them with Aisha, Adam, and Rocky, which is like the new actual characters. And then 2 weeks later, they began filming this film, which has to suck for the OGs, because they're like, we spent all this time building it up just to have a movie. Yeah, no.
That's not the best. It's not the industry in a great light there.
Right.
So
that's just.
Let me just get their actual names down for posterity.
Yes.
So Jason Lee Scott, the Red Ranger, was played by Austin St. John.
Yes.
Zachary Taylor, the Black Ranger, was played by Walter Emmanuel Evans.
He's missing a ring finger.
Sorry, Walter Emmanuel Jones.
Mm-hmm. Hip Hop Keto's finest.
That's right. And Trini Kwan, the Yellow Ranger, was played by Thuy Trang.
R.I.P. She died in a car accident.
Car accident, like 25 or something.
Super sad.
Didn't Austin St. John commit suicide?
No.
Tommy committed suicide.
Tommy
did, unfortunately.
Jason David Frank. Man, that was a guy I wanted to see. Yeah, he was everyone's favorite. Tommy, everyone's favorite.
Well, and you kind of bring up the problem too. I don't think they were necessarily. I mean, they were young, they were teens, but also since they weren't fully in the show and they owned rights to the other part of the material hands free, like they were just like, why would we even pay you?
Yeah,
like and again,
the show did a lot
weird.
of things. The show did a lot of things to cut costs. So, for example, they filmed in LA, and that's how it was back in the early 90s. 90210,
now Atlanta,
Seven Heaven, and Atlanta's an A. So the movie was actually filmed in New Zealand, their own Angel Grove, in which at some points, simultaneously when they were filming the movie, they were also doing the show. So there were some parts where like it just rapidly changed sceneries and things like that. And which growing up, I'm like, okay, that's New Zealand. But like growing up, I was like, where the fuck is Angel Grove? You know what I mean? And when I watched this movie, there'd be that, I forgot what it's called, that skyscraper looking thing where at the movie, Ivan Ooze uses it as like a katana almost. It's a Sydney Space Needle or some shit like that.
Sydney's in Australia, not New Zealand.
Wait, where do they film this? I got to double check where they fit. It would come in New Zealand or Australia. I know there's a whole flight of the Concourse things where they gets to mix up with the Red Delicious and stuff. So yeah. But no.
So anybody out there want to take a stab at how many episodes of the original show there were?
Oh man, I looked this
and
up.
I'll give you a hint. The first episode came out in late August 28th of 93, and the last episode played in February 17th of 96. So like 2.5 years.
It's over. It's over 100 though.
November 27th, 1995. So it's like a year and a half.
Yeah,
It has to be like 150.
Pulling from memory, the first season was like 60 something episodes. Do I have that right? It's like they were churning these things out.
145 episodes
In a year and a half. Yeah. That is insanity.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to highlight Nora's point here, which is that it was all the time. And by the way, I will go ahead and just make an assumption based on all three of us. We're only fans of the original because at the moment there have been 30 seasons with 22 different shows.
I continued after the first season.
Really?
No.
I will say I continued into Zeo just barely because or into Turbo just barely maybe because it had to do with the new Zords.
Right. If you go down that line, the last season that I saw was a series called Ninja Storm.
Okay.
And they've gone full next generation. In one of the shows, Bulk is teaching Skull's son how to be a samurai.
I can believe that.
You know what, though? Bulk and Skull, great characters.
Yeah.
Ninja Storm is season 11.
Yeah. See, because that's where I started.
Cast looks like 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But this movie was like the shit. I will say. I mean, at least for me, it was my Star Wars. It was my Avengers.
This is me and my brothers like throwing each other on the couch and play fighting.
A lot of kids like me. A lot of kids had to go and kind of learn how to use that aggression or things like that. But
went Power Rangers.
Yeah, but the movie itself, which is not canon to the series.
Oh, it's not.
It is not.
Okay.
It is not. It is not. I guess. Is one of the
you mean She-Ra doesn't really fit in, or whatever her name was?
Dulcia, which was originally supposed to be made by Mariska Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay?
Mariska Hargitay.
Oh, really?
Can I say that again?
Mariska Hargitay.
Was supposed to be Dulcia. Yeah. She had said that in like some late night interview.
She says lots of stuff.
Yeah. She's been and I think there's
we will never do Love Guru. Sorry. I just want to throw that out there. Where he uses Mariska Hargitay as a meditation word.
Mariska Hargitay.
God, that movie is
Justin Timberlake is in that movie.
And isn't he like named Biggest Dickus?
Probably. I watched it once and was
the movie
kind of shocked at how bad it was.
The movie that killed Michael Myers' career.
Rightfully. Although he has a show on Netflix which is unwatchable called The Pentaverate.
That's
bad.
Is he doing an accent in that one?
He's doing several because he's all 5 people in the Pentaverate.
Oh no, Mike!
Because no one wants to act opposite him.
Mike.
So Dana,
you want to guess what Justin Timberlake's name is in the Love Guru?
How about Biggest Dickus?
Jacques Lecoq Grand.
I think that ended his acting career too.
John Oliver's name is Dick Pants.
He's in that movie.
Wow.
If it's a bad movie, John Oliver will do it.
Wow.
It's the news.
I love John Oliver. He's a smart man, but he's He's also Vanity Smurf in those Smurf movies, and he's Zazu in that live-action Lion King.
That wasn't terrible.
It's fine.
It was fine. But
can you imagine Mariska Hargitay as like some sort of British bikini ninja on another planet?
Remember how Ben Kingsley shouldn't have played an Indian man ever? Well, in this one, he's Guru Tuggan Maputa.
Now, he actually is half... he's like British Indian, right?
Yeah, he played Gandhi.
He did and won an Academy Award for a very good movie that's way too long. It's like 4 hours. Don't look at me like that, man.
Well, I'm not looking at it. I've never seen it. I don't know.
It's an excellent movie, but it's just very, very long.
I'm right in the middle of Gettysburg right now. It's like 4.5 hours.
It seems like
it's long. It's great.
I was going to say,
it's really good.
It seems like it's not the fact, but it might feel shorter to watch the entire Civil War documentary by Ken Burns.
Oh yeah,
Because Ken Burns' documentary might be 4 times longer, but there's clear breaks, and then you can go to bed.
and guess who makes an appearance in Gettysburg? Ken Burns and Ted Turner.
Ted Turner does. I know. I always show a picture of him when I teach the Civil War because, like, you know, I always start out with, because my expertise is Civil War medicine. And so I talk about how, like, we always think about battles like they're video games where everyone's at 100% health and they fight down. I show a picture from Gettysburg where they're riding into battle. And I'm like, and this is Ted Turner right here, which matters only to me. But by the time they got to Gettysburg, everyone was sick, especially the Confederates who were in terrible health. But anyway, what guy this? Okay, so we are talking.
That is how the Power Rangers got hookworm.
That's right. Anyone want to do the plot? Nor?
I would love to.
Matt?
Oh.
Wait, did you do Uncle Buck?
I did Uncle Buck.
So Matt, why don't you do it?
Okay, so the movie starts out with our heroes, who are supposedly keeping their identities secret, doing a skydiving routine where they're all wearing their Ranger colors.
As they did in the show.
And Bulk and Skull, who would be bullies if they had any balls, are tagging along with them. And apparently they're fundraising for the observatory, and Bulk and Skull, being cowardly and not very smart, end up jumping like 10 minutes after everyone else and landing at a construction site where they are digging up a mysterious artifact that electrocutes people. Cut to the Moon Fortress where Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa are thinking, oh, I know what this is. And they end up going down to awaken the new villain, Ivan Ooze, played by Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, no kidding. That's who that was. That's funny.
Paul Freeman.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to bust into the command center and incapacitate Zordon. He smashes up all his machinery and leaves him like the dying Anakin Skywalker in a turtleneck for 3/4 of the movie. Then puts Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed into a snow globe, and then
he takes the power away from the Power Rangers as well.
Yeah, that was part of the taking down of Zordon. Right. So now we need new toys. Oh, sorry, new powers.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a great summary, Matt. Thank you. This is why you need veterans on the podcast. He knows how to actually do it, unlike you losers.
Oh, so
I would not have been able to do that good of a synopsis of the basic Power Rangers plot.
How many moments in this movie did you think new toys? Oh yeah, new toys.
That's how they get their money.
Whole line of new toys.
I almost wish that Bulk and Skull made the joke that, like, someone mentioned Batman 89. It's a Joker line. Where does he get all those wonderful toys? Right? Like when the Bat plane comes out and it appears to be the Bat logo over the moon before, like, that's what it felt like. And it was just like, yeah, they even get cool, like, ninja geese at one point. And you're just like,
this whole movie is like when a Major League Baseball team plays a weekend series in which they have like a different jersey, like a throwback jersey or something for like all 3 games, right, so that they can put them in the damn shop and you can spend $130 on them. That is what this movie is.
This is Savannah the Bananas, the movie.
Bandai, roll out the toys, man.
Bulk and Skull making a line like that would require them to actually have some basic intelligence.
Well, funny enough, Bulk has a master's degree, and some
and Skull has a PhD.
It's a PhD, so they're quite. It takes some smarts to.
So does Dolph Lundgren, but you know what, man?
Well, these are. I'm talking about the characters, not the actors.
No.
Dolph Lundgren, our greatest thespian.
I'm sure
our greatest chemistry PhD.
I thought it was physics.
Oh, well, it's one of those smart things.
Yeah. But he also he's a brick shithouse. Have you ever seen a brick take a shit? It's hard.
I've taken a brick shit.
How?
He's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I will say this.
I wanted one of those
Mighty, just morphing his whole way out.
I wanted one of those belt buckles so bad when they go. I had everything else. I had the spandex. I had the mask.
Yeah.
Dude, my poor mother. I love her. Me and my brother, oldest brother John, or oldest brother, I'm the oldest, the middle brother John, wanted to be Power Rangers, and the costumes were sold out everywhere, and the only one you could find were the Yellow Ranger So she took a Sharpie and colored the yellow.
Oh.
No, dude.
Well, in the Sentai
you
series,
do what you got to do.
well, in the Sentai series, the Yellow Ranger was actually a guy.
It didn't matter. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying.
Trying to make you feel better.
We wanted to be, I think, red and the blue. We wanted to be red and blue.
Ranger. Yeah.
Two white boys. I don't know what to tell you.
But I will say this though, like growing up, Kimberly was my first crush. The Pink Ranger.
I was just about to. I was waiting to get
Ashley
into this.
Joe Johnson.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Johnson.
Even though I thought that I was like past all this, and I was like
To
watching
this day.
sports and like serious TV.
To
no,
this day.
no, yeah, like every kid in my school, every boy in
Didn't matter.
my grade, had something for Amy Jo Johnson, and well, she's a lovely,
She was gorgeous.
she's a lovely lady.
To this day.
She looks great. In
As
the
I
movie.
as I was saying earlier, that bird that was carrying her off was Bill Clinton.
It was
Well,
didn't do much.
no, I was going to say with young people.
He
but-
did not carry off that young
He-
Power
he
Rangers
didn't carry
actress
off
in
that
Star
young
Wars.
Pink Ranger, Miss Joe Johnson.
So
What I was gonna.
I'm sorry, I misled you when I said that I was on that other planet.
Dude, you want to
Working
talk about
for-
something that's not explained? How 5 people without powers end up on another planet?
We're working.
Six.
I was working for a Frenchman who's purple,
The purple Frenchman.
So
a big purple Frenchman.
the villain, Ivan News. Who was
Je suis le grand
who was
Uzi.
who was the actor that played him?
Paul Freeman.
Paul
Freeman.
He's the best
Oh, he's great.
in this
He's
entire.
got this
movie.
great old timey.
Yeah.
There was no scenery
villain.
left for he ate it all.
So I actually heard a story into which he actually had a heat stroke during this movie,
no shit.
and so
With those prosthetics,
I believe
Right.
it 100%.
and so like
He came from a land down under.
I really can't give the justice in the description, so that's why I really encourage people to watch this movie. Think of just like he's covered in purple. He has a soul patch that's like a horn on his chin.
curled.
That's curled.
Yeah,
two of
There's
them.
just
Like-
two of them essentially. But he ended up having a heat stroke, and they had to go to the hospital. But he was like, "You can't take. It's going to take more time to get the prosthetics out, so you just need to go to the hospital." So he went to the hospital, prosthetics and all, terrifying these little kids looking like jeepers.
Let's do this. Recreate it.
All right.
Hello, I'm Dr. Dundee, and crikey, it's look like we're giving IV fluids to Satan himself.
But it's just I like the villains, even the OG villains with Rita and Zed with his chrome.
Dude,
It
I had
his
The
forgotten.
chrome piece.
the chrome piece where he's covering everything except he's a gimp, right? Essentially, he's just a flesh out gimp of a man.
So we could spend the rest of our lives. Okay,
I
so
could.
you have described the Gooman pretty well.
The ooze.
Yeah,
Of a man.
Ivan Ooze,
Ivan Ooze.
of Russian descent.
Yes.
6,000 years he's been trapped, we're told.
Yes.
He missed the Brady Bunch reunion. And he is mad.
He was pissed.
That
Yes, he was.
that whole scene.
But he's purple and turns into CGI chewing gum at various points. For those of you who have not seen the show, for the most part, the villain is a woman named Rita Repulsa, who's I guess
10,000 years.
10,000 years.
Yeah, she was stuck on the moon.
What a crick in the neck.
Yeah.
Yet they know each other. Weird. But she has the Madonna cone bra,
Yeah.
which I'd forgotten about.
Yeah.
Plus, she looks like something out of like a Henry VIII painting. Like she looks like Jane Seymour or something with the giant fan on the back and the headdress. She's a lot. And then
Her
Lord
voice.
Zed, which you can tell how ignorant Americans are. All you do is give them the Canadian alphabet and it's an alien name. Instead of Y and Z. And you're like, my God, Zed, he could be something. Zed's dead, baby.
Well, if you,
but he literally is just like a naked ET child thing
yeah.
wearing a metal codpiece
Yep.
and a visor.
Yep.
And he's ripped.
It's as though you skinned Cyclops. And then that's your villain
Yeah.
with a giant Z staff like he's
See his-
Gandalf the Zed.
See his brains and stuff, which is really cool because like if you paid attention and watch this movie a million times like I do, if you look at Zed's brain, it actually starts like bubbling.
They
starts
do.
thinking and things like that, which you don't get in the
Something
show.
from the Jim Henson workshop was at play.
Right. And the Toon Goons, Anti-Warthog and Goldar.
Not Bebop and Rocksteady.
Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldar is the OG minions.
Yeah.
This new thing, I don't know what
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, and in the new movie, he's the main villain.
Goldar, yeah. So
In,
the
like 2017,
2019, he was with Rita, who was played by Elizabeth
Banks.
And Goldar, which is just
Yeah, and if you don't know the show, Elizabeth Banks, or Rita Repulsa's character rather, has these little like Gumby-esque figurines.
Putties. What's it called?
Well, yes, the putties are like if you're playing a video game,
Yeah.
they're the henchmen on the street. The putties are the henchmen on the street. And then at the end of the level, the boss is usually one of her like little Gumby figures that are like little figurines.
Yeah, right.
And then the Power Rangers start to win the fight, and then she goes, with the power of my finger, let my thing grow. And then she throws down her staff,
From
and then
the
it grows
moon
to
to the
massive.
earth. Yep.
And then they call up the Zords, which are the battle robots, which we all get through a scroll as though anyone who had not watched the show would say, why, that Power Rangers movie looks rather sharp, mother. We should go watch it.
Well, I will say this.
My fellow Americans, we need to really understand why this small town near Los Angeles is always having giant robots and monsters every week.
Thank you, Jimmy.
So, in regards to the movie, because I think it's a pretty simple plops, bad guy comes, makes conflict, and then superheroes have to come and resolve conflict. But the one thing that really I find funny, so Ivan Ooze is the baddie, and he gets cracked open by Lord Zed by saying, "Let's crack this egg," and he appears. Essentially, Lord Zed's like, hey, I need you to kill Zordon because Zordon is the original, good person. And something that even to this day, me and Savannah laugh at. Essentially,
Even to this day.
So I guess the Power Rangers catch wind of Ivan Ooze coming out of his egg, of his shell, of his Ninja Turtle.
Because of Alpha 5, the most annoying character in human history.
Right.
Alpha 5.
And the Power Rangers emerge.
You thought we were still on SETI Alpha 5. No. We were on SETI Alpha 6, and the planet exploded. And now we're on SETI Alpha 5.
Yes. Write a crossover fanfic. Khan, Noonien Singh versus the Power Rangers.
Well, no, first of all, I would read that yesterday, but also it just shows that they had not a creative bone in their body. They're like, let's watch. Anyone want to guess, as an aside, how much money this movie made in 1995 dollars?
$100 million.
$80 billion.
I'm gonna say not 100 million.
It's in the billion.
It's in the billions. No,
It's in the
it's not
billion. 900 million.
80 million.
That's what Matt said.
Oh.
You're pretty close.
85.
67. But it made it on a $12 million budget. So, like...
That's
Were
filmed
they
in Australia.
reusing footage for this, too? Were they jacking the Japanese?
This was all original.
That's
Oh,
why
it has to
it's
be-
all
I
the
guess it
bad
has to be.
CGI.
Well, but 1995... As an aside note, bad CGI, Matt. A, you're right. But B, this is the same year as Toy Story. So,
Yeah.
just to place it, just to put it into perspective.
That's crazy.
But you know what? That actually seems exactly right to me. About 70,000. Because what is this? This probably ran at in theaters legitimately for 2 weeks. But this is June 30th is when it came out. So this also ran at the matinee all summer long. And me, I probably saw it week 3 at Merchants Walk for a $5 ticket or whatever. And I wept. I saw it and I wept. I wept.
Because he had no more ninjas left to conquer.
But there was not a ninja left. I remember even the theater I saw it in, the shape, the texture. But like
The velvet
when the Zords
seats.
were gone and they needed new Zords that we
New
could then
toys.
get in the Happy Meals at McDonald's, I was like, but the Triceratops, the T-Rex is gone, the woollied mammoth, gone,
But
gone. Sorry.
I just wanted to go up to the scene that we just laugh at. So the Pounders catch wind of Ivan Ooze, and they essentially triangulate to his position. And Ivan starts sniffing the air. He's like, just that sniff. And then he's like, what is that extraneous stench? And then he growls, teenagers.
Boy, nothing ever changes in movies like this. People just hate teenagers.
So
man.
Every time
And they smell bad too.
So every time, we're out and about, Walmart, mall, concerts, and me and Savannah smell some weed, we're like, teenagers. You know what I mean? It's just like, because of the whole scene.
That's odious.
What's that odious stench?
Yeah, I took a note and took it down. Odious stench.
Odious stench, teenagers. And essentially from there, the Power Rangers emerge and they get introduced to Ivan Ooze, and they start fighting his little minions friends, which looks like, I don't know, what's Battlefield Earth? Which one with John Travolta?
Cyclos.
Which one with the dreadlocks?
Yeah, Battlefield Earth, yeah.
Yeah, just managing people on Battlefield Earth or Predators with just like his ooze goons, just with the dreads and things like that. It was pretty scary. I mean, I as we're recording, I'm kind of watching along. They're pretty creepy.
Yeah.
They're pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimberly says, ew, gross.
Ew, gross.
Right to their faces. I mean, I don't know why this bothers me so much. I mean, these are movies that, for the most part, kids are supposed to enjoy. But do they have to have all just the dumb little quips when when you're kicking one of the gross purple guys or slamming a door in their face, like, let me get the door for you, or all those. I think that bothered me even as a small child.
Well, these are all high school.
Silence.
Silence
is better.
These are all high schoolers. They probably would do that.
Yeah, like same thing if you think about
Don't
it.
need it.
Like
I didn't need it then.
Think about the version of Spider-Man people like, which is like the Andrew Garfield, because he had those quips. It's funny, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just singing like, yeah, like, you gotta have those puns.
The dumb quips I like are like Jack Nicholson and Batman '89. Those are the quips I like. If you're gonna just be lazy and just toss them off, and they're just so dumb, they just make me ball my fists up and
Alex,
anger.
man, love you, buddy. But you allowed him to get away with, the version of Spider-Man people like Andrew Garfield. I mean, you let him get away with that.
You know how I brought up Batman? I'm more of a Batman aficionado than Spider-Man. So that's not my domain. I'm a Batman guy.
Maguire.
I'm a Batman guy.
I like
Not
him.
Turkish Spider-Man.
Tom.
No, Tom Holland is different. There is such a thing as Turkish Spider-Man. Did you try that whiskey? You taste this.
Very little, please.
No, I understand. I'm not thinking you should try. I just want you to try this.
Why, Mrs. Robinson? I even think you are flirting with me.
This is a $20 liter, but it's a Kirkland $20 liter.
We
It's
love
a Barton.
Kirklands.
It's a Barton 1792, 3 years aged for $20. It's delightful,
Not bad.
and it's a liter. It's not a 750. It's
I'll take a liter of Coke.
for $20.
Mm.
Anyway,
It's good value.
Oh,
It's good.
but essentially, they're fighting Purple Buster Rhymes as Ooze.
I didn't tell you this, and you can edit this out.
Yeah.
So I was driving on Upper Roswell here from the Home Depot to the Publix, and I saw I didn't know the year, but it was a recent, so I'm going to say 2025 or 2024, Mercedes Maybach S80, which is, or S680, which is a $280,000 car.
Jeez.
And I was like, the fuck? Like, because I noticed it to me, I'm like, Maybach, nah, shit. And I drive up next to it, and Ludacris is driving.
Oh, very humbling.
And
Yeah.
as an aside, if you pull up the Maybach and look it up,
It's a nice.
What are the options other than self-driving? Because his hands were nowhere near the wheel; it was driving itself. You can order for the back seat for $4,000 a mini fridge that comes with 2 champagne flutes. Because it's one of those cars that could, has a driver.
Yeah,
and you're the dictator of a third world nation. And for $280,000, I even took a picture. And Mr. Christ, I'm not going to share this because love you, man. I got my doctorate at GSU. You're a good local boy. Totally fine.
Yeah, Chris Lova.
Yeah, I'm not going to share that information with anyone else. But driving a lovely car seemed like, and it's funny because my daughter who's 8 does not know who you are. Of course, I showed her a picture. I'm like, I think this man was driving it. She goes, that's exactly who was driving. I'm like, that, my friend, is ludicrous, and he is delightful.
She must know the Atlanta ways of Chris Bridges.
Dirty South.
Dirty South.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he called you a bitch and implored you to get out of the way. Is that
Many
what happened?
times. Many times.
Oh no, I got out of my way out of pure respect. I'm driving a Hyundai Santa Fe Sport. I knew better than to get in.
He was driving
the way.
a Maybach.
Move, Nick. Get out the way. Get out the way.
I did delightfully because I was like, you're not going to believe this. With respect to my R&B elders, my friend.
Man, I used to be able to rap pretty much every word of "What's Your Fantasy." I'm not going to do it.
I will say,
Do it.
my good friend Ewald here, the last 3
Not
times
gonna do it.
we-
Not gonna rap.
Not gonna do it.
the last 3
I'm
times
licking
Ewald
people
and I
from their
have
head
hung
to their
out,
toes.
you've been able to claim that you could rap
Bombs
X.
over Baghdad. I'm not going to do that for you either. It's been a few years.
Interesting.
Bomb over Baghdad.
Used to be able to. Used to be able to rap a
International
bunch of
company.
Outkast songs.
I cannot wait.
Skew It on the Barbie was favorite.
I know we're going off topic with Power Rangers, and it's killing me, but we're actually doing this on Cineprov, so in August. I don't know when is this going to be released.
In about a month and a half, yeah.
All right, so
August-ish.
plug this. If I edit this, I'll plug this. We're doing the Cineprov here at the Terra Theater, August 12th, I believe. I'm getting the dates, but I don't know where I was going with this.
We just got a write up in our local major metropolitan.
Yes,
newspaper.
the AJC.
Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yes, they spelled everyone's names right, which is very nice.
Oh, Rodney Ho is a pro.
Yeah.
He's
He's
professional.
one of the best to do it. Yeah.
But I don't know where I was going with this.
Neither do I.
Something about rap. We were talking about rap.
Rap, Power Rangers.
Ludicrous.
Unlike
the Ninja-
Outcast.
Yes, Outcast.
To the route to the buggy,
Outcast.
to the upset, the buggy, to the bop, to the buggy.
I
Unlike the Ninja Turtles, there is no Power Rangers rap.
go ninja, go.
Oh yeah, you could just use a Ninja, same thing.
Sure.
Go Ninjetti. Go Ninjetti. Go.
Ninjetti. Again, ADHD. I had it and I lost
Outcast.
it. Outcast. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Have a fanfic where Outcast and Ludacris meet the Power Rangers.
I'm gonna have to remind him again.
No, well, as an Atlanta native, the last time Outkast has performed is 2013 at
Without a flute?
Shaky without a flute. Without a flute. I think it was not Shaky Knees. Shaky is one of the shakes.
Mhm.
And essentially I told myself, hey, I'm gonna save money. I'm in college, I can't make it.
Mhm.
And they haven't performed since together until they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here recently. So that showcasing or whenever it comes out, I'm going to cry because do you know how many
I'll be
times
there next week.
in Cleveland?
It rocks, I've heard.
Wait, are you going to be at the
I'll be at the
show
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah.
for the
Wow.
actual?
No, they've already been inducted, man.
Oh, so they had the whole thing and ceremony and everything.
I believe it was last week. And
Damn, you missed
no,
it.
but all of their shit's gonna be there now.
That's true.
They have
That's
a display.
true.
It's a museum, so they will have a display. I will send you.
Send me everything because
Sweet.
the I've gone to many a Big Boys events in hopes to seeing Andre 3000. Just the hopes, and I haven't.
I saw Big Boy last year. He performed before a Georgia Tech football game
Yep.
at like 10:30 a.m., which I'm sure he wouldn't.
Make that money.
That's not the best time for a concert in front of Georgia Tech football fans, but He did his
I'd
thing.
like to thank all the ladies, so just gentlemen out there watching the game.
But back to the movie, because
I have a friend named Annie Hale who went to state, and she was like, I just want all the girls who married tech guys to thank me for teaching them how to be good boyfriends. Shout out to Annie Hale, who does not listen to the show for reasons.
You could send them to directly. How about this? None of this episode is getting edited. We haven't made one political joke, which I always edit out because what if you got assassinated by weird AI or,
I haven't gone on any racial screeds that I usually go on.
Yeah,
No, you're fine.
no initial talking about someone that we don't like. It's a good show, so it's going to be straight through of this Mighty Morphin Power
What a
Rangers.
It's
Bitch,
pure
Candace
Power
Foster.
Rangers. Now you get.
No, she would
God.
find that endearing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't even know where we are in the movie.
So the Power Rangers meet Purple Buster Rhymes, and essentially they fight unmorphed, and it's very oozy. People do flips. There are puns, as you mentioned, and then we get to our first morphin sequence, in which people to this day have issues with because they morph for like a minute, and at this time, the baddies are just chilling, waiting, and.
Yeah.
The movie does this, in which the show does not. While they're morphing and calling their individual six animals to dinosaurs, Purple Buster Rhymes just leave. Like, legit. They see him flip and do whatever. They're like, you know what? We don't want this smoke. And they just leave into this underground parking garage.
No, but it's funny. So there's a webcam I can follow called Dr. Loops, which does this exact joke, which is, the Dr. Loops is doing technically a Sailor Moon parody, but it's very much like they're doing weird and now I'm naked for no reason in silhouette parody, and the villain accidentally attacks while they're doing the transition. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Like, this was a costume transition.
You have to wait. No.
Because literally, as Nora mentioned earlier, the putties now are replaced with these goo guys with dreadlocks, which is all sorts of problems. But
Battlefield Earth, as we alluded to.
Very, very much so.
Earth, yes.
But
Do these things want leverage, though?
you human scum. What's the name?
Oh, John Travolta.
Manimals? What is it? Rat
brain.
Rat brain. Oh, thank God Matt's here for my sci-fi knowledge.
Yeah. But while
Zordon is a rat brain.
But while all this is going on,
animals.
Ivan Ooze escapes and goes into the
This is
the
where he
Megazord,
destroys,
essentially, and to which he infiltrates it by using his ooze powers to see through everything.
Because Zordon is like, he's coming here, and Alpha's like, no one can come in here without a power coin. And suddenly the ooze starts coming through the cracks in the door. It's like, yeah.
Almost anybody.
That
And,
thing.
and I come into which is probably one of the best monologues given by a villain, and how much in 6,000 years Zordon has depleted him from everything, from the Spanish Inquisition to the
Degrassi.
the Brady Bunch reunion, and he basically levels this place with a kindergarten recorder, into which he destroys Zordon's lava lamp of a tube and electrifies Alpha 5.
And so we end up with Zordon, who's lying around in a turtleneck.
Yeah, it's the turtleneck because
rapidly aging for in real time, probably 2 or 3 days.
And by Zordon being destroyed, the Power Rangers lose their power.
For some reason, when he did that, I was thinking of the Austin Powers doctor.
He lost his mojo?
No,
Oh.
he would
Zordon's
womanize,
the
he would
mojo.
drink, he would make up incredible claims, like he invented the question mark. He's like, you stole this from me and this from me. You invented the question. All of it is nonsense, and yet everyone's like, oh no, Zordon. And
Yeah.
Alpha 5, who apparently got locked in a coat closet the whole time.
He tries to do kung fu on Ivan Ooze, which does not work. Yeah, and Kimberly is so chickified in this movie. Like, she's the first one since he sees Zordon, so he starts crying.
Well, she's that valley. Well,
She needs a lot of saving in this movie,
Yeah.
as does Aisha.
Yeah.
They just need to be saved over and
very
over
sexist,
again.
very sexist. But she was
like,
the valley
all
girl.
of a sudden, Kimberly has daddy issues, which
Yeah.
is strange.
You've been like a father to all of us.
It's just like, that's kind of weird. We've only known him for like 6 months. And she's yelling at an almost dead guy, too. I think that was very kind of insensitive.
Don't die.
Don't die. She's like, she can hear you. He's dying, not deaf.
Well, and like the thing about it is, we mentioned that Amy Jo Johnson is, your heartthrob, but also her character is out the window. Like there's because the whole idea is all 5 of these guys, and then eventually the 6th, are supposed to be very strong characters. Like, the idea that she's sad about this is very strange, because it's not like the Mr. Miyagi, like, we're sad our sensei is dying. It's more like, you're my dad and I don't have dads, and like this is so like sad and like stuff and like it's weird, right? This is not about father figures. It should be about Bond when M is in trouble. Like, it should be Skyfall. Like, they want to protect her. No, she's like, but I'm so sad because the script says I am sad.
And I have to wear this midriff all the time.
This is California. Isn't that normal?
I haven't eaten in 4 days.
I've had a peanut. I mean, who was Popeye's side piece?
Olive oil.
Olive oil. It's like the olive oil situation. You know what I mean? Olive oil always got to be saved. There's D'Angelo and
I've got my
sisters.
buzzer. Who is Popeye's side?
Olive oil.
Olive oil. What is olive oil?
Yeah, like in the bird scene we'll get to. Her character is a gymnast. She'd do a 180 and grab that thing with her feet and snap his neck.
Well, they do a lot of flips. Like, to go to the bathroom, they're doing 5 flips.
Shit.
Doing flips and shit. Yeah. So essentially, they lose their power because Zordon lost his mojo. And they have to go to this distant planet into which they have to get the Ninjetti animal spirits into which they can save Zordon and potentially defeat Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, because Alpha 5 manages to find the backup battery or something and teleports them to another planet.
Oh, is that how they got there? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
which
yes,
Ivan Ooze notices, and he conjures up an army of vultures.
Yes.
Well, it's literally the evil queen from Wizard of Oz, right? Is my monkey.
The flying monkeys.
Yeah. But Ivan Ooze kind of double crosses Lord Zed, into which he kind of takes over Goldard and the poor guy from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
The
he's
pig man.
MC Horks a lot. Something like
I'll
that.
go with that, actually.
Yeah,
That's
MC
fine.
MC
That's fine.
Horks. MC Horks, yeah.
Not Rocksteady, but
No.
MC Porks.
No. MC Porks. I like that. MC Porks.
It's a Bebop and Rocksteady ripoff. Anyway.
Yeah.
I will just go ahead and add, it's nice that this is how they do this. If only, here's how superhero trilogies usually go. The first one, they learn their powers. The second one, they reject their powers. The third one, they lose their powers and have to gain them back. Right? Literally, any trilogy, think about it. We've done a bunch of
Great.
them.
Now I'm imagining Ivan Ooze spouting Bane dialogue from Dark Knight Rises.
Oh,
I was
you
born
don't
in
want
Zordon, eh? You were born.
This is more Yoda than Bane.
But Bane sounds
you are.
I had a
Charlie horse the whole Renaissance.
But Bane sounds like an Irish Darth Vader.
Well, but it was that. It was also Spider-Man 3. It was also X-Men 3, where they're trying to take away them. And so it's just funny. In the first one, what do? You fucking take away those teenage assholes' power. And you know what they have to do? foreign planet. Why not?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the whole time I was like, is this where Luke Skywalker is in Rise of Skywalker?
Ooh, good point.
Doesn't it look like
blue
Luke?
milk? Dulce is a
Give me some blue milk.
little prettier than Luke Skywalker.
No, but those rock outholes, that's where he's sucking the tit of that weird alien thing. Sucking that blue milk.
Blue milk.
And he just wipes it off his face like, girl, suck them titties.
It's fucking magically delicious. Purple, nurple looking Ivan Ooze.
I got books of incredible power sucking them titties.
But they end up in what was the planet they end up in?
Phaedros or something.
Trinidad.
Trinidad. Tobago.
Get some oil. Yeah.
Trinidad.
They go to Trinidad and they got to engage in oil drum
we were
band
checking out
contest
them Tobagos.
Buster right over here and Buster right to Saturn
with
Got the best
with the
them rhymes
putties
of
or
that
something
time.
to get their powers.
Right. But Ivan Ooze essentially brings out these crow-looking motherfuckers essentially with they're all from New Jersey apparently.
They're like feathered and stuff.
Feathered. But essentially they're there to essentially
Gabagools.
Super.
Actual gabagools.
Yeah, they're gabagools. That's right, man.
Yeah. And so these birds try to kill these teenagers. And Dulcea.
Go grab that ranger.
And they were saved by Dulcea, which for like an 6-year-old seeing this for the first time, she was that was my Princess Leia.
Piece, yeah.
That was my Princess Leia bikini. I like this was very scampy. There was a couple scenes.
It's very much like Land of the Lost. I've been fighting dragons for years. Like it's like, what world is this? Because it's so much. I forget if it's Alpha 5 or someone else is like, no one else has ever survived this quest, and they're just like stepping on rocks for a little bit.
And they step over this goat, human man bear pig looking skeleton.
Very
thing.
man bear pig.
Yeah, and so, but essentially, Dulcea beats the crows. The Alfred Hitchcock's sidekicks. It was a terrible joke. You could have laughed. And essentially, she's like, "Why the fuck are you here?" And they're like, "There's a guy named Ivan Ooze," and he's like, "Ivan's out, and Zordon's about to die. Fuck, follow me."
Hell yeah, girl.
Yeah. And then she basically says the only way you can find this power is if you go through this mythic quest, and I'm going to give you pajamas, aka ninjas, powers, into which they get essentially new powers, which is what they need to save Zordon. And everyone goes from dinosaurs to,
most of you get badass animals,
Right.
but Adam, you get a frog.
fucking frog.
You get a fucking frog.
Which she was just
dude.
like,
Frogs, get kissed. Smooch.
He gets a little pet.
like a handsome prince. And Tommy, the White Rangers. I mean, it's kind of Clancy, but
he's a falcon.
It's a falcon in white robes, and he puts the hood on, and I'm not saying it. I did say it. It's very Clancy, very Stone Mountain Confederate.
Thanks, Jewish guys who made this show.
The more
It's a lot.
Thanks, Haim.
Thanks, Saban. Thanks, Saban.
Octoon, baby.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of things to follow, because at the same time, Ivan Ooze is trying to get his mechanical beings out. What he tries to infiltrate he has to dig them out. So he's using the parents of Angel Grow by essentially
brainwashing them into jumping into a pit.
He gives them
that's the
Nickelodeon gag.
But
He
yes.
gives them
he gives them
ripoff.
lean, essentially.
Yeah,
he turns
gives
it-
them purple drink,
stuff.
and a gack.
He
form.
turns into the Music Man character if he was a purple wizard.
Yeah. He's the master of disguise, essentially. But
And does this rhyming spit about here? If your parents won't get the ooze, throw it in their face.
Yeah, he goes Robert Preston on us for a few lines there.
the ooze looks good. I like the ooze.
No,
It's totally Nickelodeon gack, but yeah.
Well, and we'll get to the end, which is CGI nonsense, but I do appreciate how everything to this point is practical silliness, right? Like,
Yeah.
even the dudes in the bird costumes are flapping their asses off, but they're people in costumes suspended by strings superimposed on something else. Like, there's a lot of goofiness here, but it's all practical. The end, when it turns to awful, like truly, like, other than Ivan Ooze occasionally turning into a chewed up gumball thing, it's all practical.
But the movie does what the show does is you gotta end in those Zord fights for the big battle fights and stuff.
But the old Zords are real things. They tangible.
They were grown men dressed up in these costumes fighting. It was almost like I said alluded earlier, the Godzilla almost to it. But if you're watching a high budget movie, do you want to see the same shit that you saw in? I mean, it'd be tough.
Here's the thing.
This is if you're a Power Ranger fan, which I may allude to. This is the age-old debate.
No, I mean, what you're saying is exactly right, and this is again us as film reviewers, as professionals. This is our chance to say technology in the time is always a problem, because I remember I went to the theater. This was cool. The problem is nothing ages if it's at the edge of technology. And the only one who can really do this, there's two directors I can think of. Chris Nolan and James Cameron understand how technology will look going forward.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, just understand practicality always looks better. And these CGI effects for the third act are struggling. This is a struggle bus.
A little bit.
And like in 1995, I imagine it looked weird, but it looked weird in a cool way.
Well, you mentioned the practical effects, and I guess to talk on the practical effects, even their suits, it's if you compare it to the actual show, it looks more, Iron Man-y. Kind of more, and even like they fight fucking Skeletor looking dinosaurs, that's all practical effect. They fight boulders, rock wolf boulders. That's all. That's not CGI.
It's very Star Trek-y.
Right. It's all practical effect. And so, the third act sucks in a sense of just like, at one point Ivan Ooze. So essentially, the bugs that he has the parents dig for is this giant ant fly and a scorpion. And when they're digging, it's very Wild Wild West. It's a practical effect leg in things like. And so there's a point where he has to like fuse into it. And that's just I forget those commercials back in the day where it was like that slime putty. I don't know if it's called.
We talk GAC.
Is it GAC?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
GAC.
Nickelodeon
Very
thing.
gacky.
And Power Rangers decidedly not a Nickelodeon property, but this is total.
Well,
GAC
it's funny
stuff.
because
Dude,
Nickelodeon.
this is like Miss Rachel Kraft stuff too. Like, it's very basic.
You mentioned Nickelodeon. They did own Power Rangers at some point because after
they?
Fox, Disney had bought it, and then Nickelodeon bought it, and then
For a
Disney
bit,
bought
yeah,
it again.
Ah.
This is just, why I wanted to be on this.
You've got to like this Wikipedia. Like, one day there will be a book.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy how much this passed hands.
Yeah. No, for real. I mean, because it's a property into which people just try to milk it. You know what I mean? And how they milk it is the toys.
It reminds me very much of the Marvel story where like it mattered, it didn't, it was Sony, it was Paramount, it was eventually Disney. Like, it nearly went bankrupt and then it didn't. Like, that's kind of what this is.
Right.
Because it's an idea too good to die, but too bad to make enough money on its own.
Well, as this episode's coming out, it's going to be in August. James Gunn's Superman will already been out in July at this point.
Yeah.
And as we know with DC and the whole power struggle between Batman 89 and the Joel Schumachers was how much merchandise these people can move.
Right.
And that's why Star Wars became so popular, because, or at least popular in the sense of exposability, because of the exposure of how much kids would buy shit. You know what I mean?
Well, and Lucas specifically said, I'll sell you the movie, but I get to keep those toy rights.
And
Right?
that was the best fucking thing he could have done.
Right.
I mean, hence why you get a half-ass Dune that same year Star Wars comes out. That's probably deep cut, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like, it was the lightsaber versus the spear gun, essentially from Dune.
Well, and now this, like Transformers later, is the reverse.
Yeah.
You make the toy first, and then you make a thing.
Yeah.
And again, like I appreciate it. It's, you know, something like Warhammer or D&D. Like, it's so rich because of the toys. Why not make the movie out of someone else's idea? And so that's where we are. And the thing about Power Rangers is it's in between, because unfortunately here on our friend of the show, Keiko, couldn't make it this week. But this is such a guys throwing guys into couch cushions kind of show.
Yeah, this is the kids wearing Power Rangers pajamas and tossing each other around.
And you
Okay, so
I
wait.
love it.
No, you nor say your sentence.
No, I love, because again, guys, kids, it was something that wasn't too gory, because even when they hurt each other's with these sparks would fly out. You know what I mean? It was that safe. Now the violence was there, you know, flips and shit and punching and things like that, but it was just again the second I'm on a boat reference within this podcast.
I'm on a Zord. I'm on a Zord.
That's the third.
Take a good long look at the motherfucking sword.
The fourth. Yeah, no, it's interesting how even to this day, as a 32-year-old adult, can fanboy off of something that was supposed to be meant for kids.
Ewald, what was your favorite ninja movie for kids?
Man, you know what? I think either that's one of the 3 original Ninja Turtles movies. They weren't great. You know what? I think I liked the feudal Japan one. I really did. The third one.
The third Japan one.
That is notoriously terrible.
What?
But I think it was just kind of like I was intrigued by the change in scenery, and you know, all things Japan were kind of cool.
What was that movie? Was it Three Ninjas?
3 Ninjas with
Three
with
Ninjas.
Leslie Nielsen.
No,
that's Surf
Leslie
Ninjas. I'm
I
thinking
was
Surf
gonna say,
Ninjas.
I
I'm
like
sorry.
Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas is
But
ridiculous.
Three Ninjas was my
Leslie
jam.
Nielsen in Three Ninjas?
Surf Ninjas.
He was in
Right.
Surf Ninjas.
I
He
haven't
was a
seen
villain.
that.
Oh,
I
that's
haven't
that's
seen.
ridiculous.
Speaking of,
There's, I think, three Ninjas movies and Surf Ninjas, and all of them are delightful.
speaking of Leslie Nielsen, they are making a Naked Gun.
Oh yeah.
With Liam Neeson.
Yep.
By the time this comes out, it will be out. But I'll tell you what, I've watched all those trailers. I'm excited.
Do you know the part that kills me? And I think you know, knowing my humor, you know which one I died.
Are we talking
Okay.
OJ? We talking OJ here?
Yeah. So
we talking
there's a
Nordberg.
scene-
We talking Nordberg.
There's a scene where all of them are like saying, "I miss you, Daddy."
I miss you,
and
Dad.
the black guy looks at the picture of O.J. Simpson and he goes, "Nah."
Which is funny because in the movie theater, I'm probably like, I forgot what movie we watched. I think it was Thunderbolts from the New Avengers from Marvel, and that trailer came out, and when I saw that OJ picture and the guy just nodding his head, I was the one laughing. My gut was hurting because no one gets it. No one probably knows what OJ looked like or knew that he was associated with the movies.
It is funny because those Naked Gun, I've seen that trilogy 1,000.
I don't know
love
which
those
one's
movies.
first because of the way they number things. Naked Gun 22 and a half, third quarters.
The TV show is funny. I've seen every minute of that. I love those shows. I want that movie to be so funny.
I want it to too.
I hope so.
I
hope so. Good.
I don't want it to be like a Seth MacFarlane gag or
It's Seth MacFarlane and Akiva Goldsmith, who's the guy from Lonely Island.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping it's good because like the one I was watching this Trey Parker South Park kind of interview. I was on his TikTok round, and they all expressed their hatred for Family Guy because of their cutaway gags. There's no story, and I was watching.
You mean the gags that don't cut away on Family Guy?
No, they're
There's too many gags that cutaways.
Yeah.
And
There's
so
no plot.
I hope it's not just a Family Guy thing. You know what I mean? Like 1,000 Ways to Die in the West with second part. That's hilarious. Ted was funny. Ted 2 is but just like, I hope it's just a really good satire film, which I desperately want because I think Scary Movie 6 is coming about, which is fine.
Oh wow.
Which is fine. It has the original Wayans attached.
Still the
to
Wayans?
it.
Okay.
Not
right.
yeah. I'm desperately a good satire comedy movie, and I don't want this bullshit dance flick or whatever they've been. That's a Wayans, but there's another one. I desperately want a good satire movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry, Power Rangers.
You're looking at me like I have an idea where we are. No, at the end, they get the new Zords.
Yeah, so they get the new powers after defeating the members from
We're fine.
Boulder, Colorado. Which I don't know. Were these warriors, Boulder warriors, mud putties? Look, do you remember?
They were not putty patrollers. They were something that's, I think, native to this world.
Guardians of the
galaxy.
Of the galaxy. Yes, and they get new powers with new power coins. You know,
New toys.
New
Sorry.
toys. Yeah, yep. And they go back to Angel Groves, which is destroyed by a giant mechanical ant and a scorpion of ooze. And Ivan Ooze is just chilling on the Space Needle with Goldar and MC Hog.
MC Hog.
And they're like,
no, MCBLT is doing
MCBLT.
just
Yeah. And so, like, essentially, the Power Rangers show up to like a dismissible, city, and they have to fight the giant ant. Just like the show, they have to bring out their Zords individually.
Let my power grow.
Yeah, and so, we have to talk about the new the Zords.
Yeah.
If that's
Monkey
important to
Man.
anyone. There's a bear. There's an ape.
Yeah.
There's a wolf. There's a crane.
There's Crane.
there's a
the
falcon.
Crane was interesting.
Yeah, and then there was a
damn
wolf,
frog.
a frog.
Poor Adam with the frog.
Yeah. It helps a lot too. Yeah. Tommy has to save some kids.
And this is where the movie turns into like, hey, there's a street with a screensaver attacking it,
Right.
I guess.
Well,
because apparently with the adults being slave labor for Ivan Ooze, there's a wild middle schooler party, and Bulk and Skull are there because they have all the same maturity
we forget
level.
45.
we forget to mention this kid who we are supposed to know.
Yeah, is
Fred.
he like
Fred. Was
Fred,
he from the
yeah.
Is he from the TV
is he
show?
like the Red Ranger's
No.
little brother or something?
Nah, he's totally
He's just a-
random.
He's
just a
hanger
dude.
dog.
Some random kid that just kid of the week, monster of the week, the kid of the week. And so he rallies these teenagers to essentially say, like, hey, your parents are going to walk to their death. Because after they build all the mechanical scorpion and ant out, Ivan has no use of them. And we're like, Ivan has them under control because they all drink the Hawaiian punch in the mega church that caused them to dig out these things. So they're like, all right, everyone go commit suicide.
Lead
Off the
to
cliff.
our deaths.
Lead to our doom. To our doom. To our doom. Sorry, I don't want to correct you. It's just... So, anyways, I only allude that because the kids need to take a monorail train.
Right.
Yeah, that monorail.
That
like
monorail
Angel
train.
Grove,
The
man.
Angel Grove
That's-
monorail.
That's
Yeah.
a
And
hell of a future.
Isn't that our Simpsons joke about the
Marge
monorail?
versus the
Yeah.
monorail, famously written by
Conan O'Brien. Yeah. The only episode he talks about.
Yeah, boy, he references
I
that.
read from the
That's the
Simpsons
episode
lot.
from where they go to college.
Yeah. And so the rail gets destroyed by the giant ant, and Tommy uses his Falcon Zord, which he knows how to fly a plane, to save the kids by having the Hawk connect the monorails from one until they're using the bat from the head. It's
They're
a thing.
trying to make this sound ridiculous, but it's very practical.
It's all CGI nonsense. This is all CGI.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
I've had
yes.
N64 games that look better. by
Yes,
this point,
yes,
but-
yes. The gorilla jumps on the ant's back. It's a whole fight. It's a whole thing. And then, they destroy the scorpion. They destroyed one. And the tall ant is left. I'm just giving you a play-by-play. The ant's scared. Ivan's like, nah. then
No.
he oozes forces back to the ant. So Ivan's a big monster.
Oozing,
He gets all big.
He gets all big with the ants.
as one would.
And then the Power Rangers do what they do best. They combine their Zords by playing the theme song, and then they
And it
make
becomes
this
a Megazord.
Megazord. You know, and then they have this practical CGI fight, and they fight, and then
And they're in space
they're in
pretty
space.
soon.
And we're in space.
and we're in space, and then and this is practically the funniest part of the entire movie. So they can't defeat Ivan Ooze because he's just too fucking strong,
As you would.
as you would. And they're in space, and they're kerfuckling. And as they're kerfuckling, they're like, "We need to defeat this guy. There's no way to defeat this guy." And the Yellow Ranger Aisho is like, "There's a comet that was mentioned at the very beginning of the film. I'm going to use this magic button that knees this giant robot in the balls." And then he gets kneed in the balls. He detaches. The comet hits him. The Earth is saved.
Well, that's right. That was a callback because it was like the whole skydiving thing
Yeah.
was save the
From the
observatory, right?
Which Ivan Ooze
Oh, it
destroys
ties it all
in 2
together.
seconds as his staff. And then, yeah, the Earth is saved. And it's lovely, you know?
Is it weird that I had the thought that, I mean, the CGI, yes, like you mentioned, Nick, Toy Story comes out this year, but is it weird that I was almost surprised that it looked this good for this movie? I almost
did it
thought
look
it
good?
should. No, it
In
didn't.
watching
It
it-
didn't.
okay, I
I almost
was
thought
being
it should look.
facetious,
I
yeah.
almost expected it to be worse when they really got into the
I mean,
bad. I mean, it's not good.
Nine-
So it's clearly
I
the
think
entirety of the budget.
1995, though. Think about the CGIs of that time. When did that Turbo Man came out? No. Jingle All the Way.
96?
Around, the next
96?
year.
That's
96,
kind of
yeah.
like the same
No, I mean,
feel.
the problem with this movie is not the CGI. It's that they made no other effects, right? Like, because remember, Jurassic Park came out in 93, and a lot of that is CGI, but they also had a full Tyrannosaurus Rex puppet, and the CGI is minimal. They were just like, we'll fix this in post. The problem with this movie is it feels like it's the first of a generation of new movies where they're just like, CGI will solve the entire scene.
And it did.
You know what I mean? Like, what Wildix is talking about is that. Like, is this better or worse? No. The problem is, this is the problem. This movie shows what the next 35 years of movies are going to be, which is CGI will solve the plot.
Transformers movies, anyone?
I mean, these Transformers movies look good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And had better acting.
But they're the same problem, which is that all of the solution is purely in computer nonsense.
Oh, by the way, did I mention this? There is so much padding in this movie. How many scenes they're walking around? How many scenes they're rollerblading? How many backflips?
How much is in there, bro? No.
A lot of heavy.
This could have been like a 2-part episode if they'd cut out some of the fluff.
Well, I will say.
Wait, whoa. Quinn is 100% right. Like, this feels to me like you've introduced a new villain. You have to defeat the new villain. And so we just need that little kid that you keep referencing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, without him, it's a 45-minute 2-parter. Instead, it's like, gee whiz, guys, we should have a movie.
No, I'm sorry, I had a total brain fart here. Let's go YouTube and time how many prolonged skating sequences there are.
So many. It's delightful.
And even in the music, you got Aerosmith in it. Twice. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, Chili Peppers.
They did afford some soundtrack.
Right. At
Yeah.
the very
A
beginning.
Van Halen song at the end.
Oh, yeah. I like Van Halen, though.
Me too.
Yes.
It's very 90s. It's very, and it was a Fox, so you had all the Fox properties and stuff. This, if you were like, what? There's 3 movies that come to mind when I think of 90s movies. I think of Mighty Ducks, the trilogy. I think of this specific Power Rangers movie, and did I say 3? I should have said 2, but let's give another one. First kid with Sinbad, because Sinbad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Previous episode.
Right. Those were my childhood. The style, the references, the comedians, the even the historic people that reference from the 90s itself. So yeah, color coordination. Everyone happened to have the same color of the that no one had a different color growing up. They just you're a Blue Ranger. Blue Ranger had blue clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it turns out at the end the heroes win. I don't know
No
what to
shit.
tell you.
Yeah.
And that little kid turns out to be Dennis Kucinich. No, I don't know how the movie
He did.
ends.
Yeah, he didn't grow any taller.
No, not an inch. But yeah, no. We didn't need so the heroes have their new droids or Zords.
Toys.
They had their new toys, which are CGI nonsense. And in the end, they defeat Ivan Ooze, and Ivan Ooze gets murdered, and they tear his head off. And
Well, yeah. When nothing else will do, just throw him in the path of an oncoming comet.
Yeah.
Subtlety is lost on Belloc.
Move. But yeah, so that's the end of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1995.
The first movie. They had a second movie that didn't turn out.
No one watched.
Well, then the 2017 one, I was looking at the cast. Elizabeth Banks, Bryan Cranston's in there. Apparently,
he's
Zordon
is Breaking Bad.
Bill Hader is Alpha 5, which I love Bill Hader. I'd love to see what he does with that performance.
If you watch,
Gallagher is the Green Ranger.
they actually had a cameo from David Jason Frank, which is the Green Ranger, and Amy Jo Johnson. They have a little cameo there as well.
Well, they're all 20 years older and her parents.
Nah,
not this shit again.
They're just like, a blink if you miss it kind of thing. Yeah. But no, Power Rangers is a very cultural phenomenon.
So cool.
For real. To this day, people still fanboy over them. I've met a couple of the actors at Dragon Con and Atlanta Comic Book Convention. If they're lucky, some of these actors will become more than their TV children personas. But Power Rangers had a huge impact in my life. I still have the toys. I was debating about bringing it today, and I'm like, nah.
Oh, you
not yet. I should have. But
I'll go next. I had the exact same thought.
You have it upstairs. We can play. Sorry.
No, my parents still have the toys.
Yeah.
And and when I drop the kids off occasionally, they play with the toy. Like, there's something tactile about this show which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
There's the messages are nondescript. Like it's about self-defense and karate, but I liked shows like this. It's interesting to watch them be revived, and I like the movie. The movie is simple, but it's fun. That's it. Like there's nothing deep here. I'm not going to pretend it's pretentious or smart, but it's delightful. Out of 5, it's maybe a 3.5, but I'd still watch a 3.5 better than a pretentious 4. So this is a movie in my back pocket. How about that, Alex?
Yeah, this was fun. This was kind of a movie where I thought and just assumed that I had seen it probably, and then I started watching and I'm like, well, no, I haven't seen this. So I was actually excited to watch it all the way through. It was kind of a gap in my 90s heritage as a 90s kid. It's fun. Yeah. No complaints on this one. Was far from hating it.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, you're doing a 90s podcast soon, so maybe we'll bring it up.
Matt.
It's not boring, and I guess it's fine for kids. I have not seen the 2017 one, and I want to see that one now. because that one might be just better.
Same.
With you there. Maybe we'll do one of those later, like Power Rangers Turbo movies for that. Anyway, regardless, so thanks for listening. So stay tuned next week and every future week as we put a bit of your past on trial. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. So this time I'm going to record. And Myopia Movies is a podcast production of Dude Letter Podcasting and is produced by Nick Hoffman. It is edited by Nerd Trinette and Daniel Suttis and is hosted by Nick Hoffman, with production assistance by Matthew Quinn, Daniel Suttis, and Nerd Trinette. The theme song is Surf Shimmy by Kevin MacLeod from Incomptech.com. Licensed under the Creative Commons by Attribution 4 license, Creative Commons /licenses by /4.0. Thanks,